This is Isa Alvarez, Chief Postal Plans and Operations for the United States Central Command. On the previous video, we went over the 1412 online register. Today, we are going to address actually submitting a 1412 online report. Once your day is open, first thing you want to do is look at your 1412 report, select the drop-down menu where it says consolidated detail to see if there is any information on data available. Then you want to look at every single individual to make sure your clerks are listed as such. Because you are a meter scale operation, one of the very first things we're going to do is we're going to add a postage meter. By adding the postage meter, you are keeping accountability of the postage that you sell. First things first, we have to identify who is the owner or who is the person that is going to be conducting the finance operation under that meter. You will select a clerk and you will add a postage meter. When adding the postage meter, you will identify the serial number first so that you can keep track and accountability of that meter. For the purpose of this training, we are going to use 789-45612. For the beginning reading, that is the reading or the funds available in that meter at that time. For the purpose of this training, we are going to utilize $50,000 as the starting balance. That means that your meter has $50,000 available in postage sale. One thing to keep in mind, inside of the 1412 online report, when dealing with postage meters or stamp stock, the decimal point, it cannot be used. Therefore, never, ever, ever forget about adding the 2 additional zeros that are going to represent that decimal point. So we have to ensure that we identified the 50,000s that we're going to add. So the first thing you do is add the 50, add the additional 3 zeros that go behind the 50,000, and add the 2 zeros that represent those decimals, and hit submit. Because you have 2 clerks and each one uses a meter to run their individual window, we are going to add the postage meter for the other clerk. For the purpose of this training, we are going to use the serial number 89562314. And the beginning reading will be the same, $50,000. And we click submit. Every day, at the end of the day, the individual finance clerks are going to provide you the beginning and the ending reading of their meters so that you can submit how much postage sales took place under that meeting. They will either provide you the register printed out from the postage meter or a 3602 PO, whichever works. So we're going to say that Clerk Alvarez utilized the meter ending in 5612 at the beginning reading. Her end reading was $48,232 with 15 cents. You will hit submit. And the meter just identified that $1,767.85 took place in postage sales. We're going to switch over the clerk, select the meter that she used, ending in 2314, and we will do the same. For her, we'll say that it ended with $47,568 and 45 cents. Then we're going to hit submit. And as you can see, it identified that there was a postage meter sale of $2,431.55 for a total of $4,199.40 or $4,199.40. When you go to your 1412 report, you will actually see on the consolidated summary what took place. If you want to see in detail, it's going to show you. As you can see, AIC 110 reflects postage meter post office sales. You can see the total amount that was sold. You see the individual clerks who sold it. You now see an AIC 400 generated, which means that you are required to have an amount of cash. And that amount of cash is equivalent to the amount of postage sales that took place in your post office. Most overseas post offices do not make deposits to a local bank. USPS understands AIC 752 as cash remitted or final, which means a deposit made to a bank. Therefore, and this is specifically in the U.S. CENTCOM AOR, any funds that are left under that are available under 752 will be distributed in two manners. They will either be distributed under AIC 680, which we can see here that it's an electronic transfer funds. This is used twofold overseas. It is used to identify funds that have been transferred electronically and any sales made through Eagle Cash. So what we need to do to ensure that we remove those funds from 752 so we don't tell the post office that, hey, or we don't tell USPS that, hey, we deposit $4,199.40 into a bank, we're going to identify under the operation, which is an entry, by the owner. We're going to take the first clerk, Alvarez. We're going to say that there was a direct deposit made or Eagle Cash sales for $767.85. And we'll hit submit. So that means, as you can see, the AIC 752 was deducted by $767.85, which Alvarez is still retaining $1,000 on the books. Just to give you a little information. Remember when we identified that cash retained, the $1,000? You are looking at your 1412 daily finance report and you don't see that $1,000. You want to know why? It's because your post office hasn't made any funds yet. As we go day by day, you will actually see that the cash retained. So don't worry. It's not missing. It is available for you. Moving on. Now we're going to select Clerk Ruiz. She is going to do the same thing. She is going to make a electronic transfer fund, and it would be for the amount of $431.55. So we will hit submit. And again, you will see now that your AIC 680 has grown to $1,199.40, and your cash retained is at $3,000. But I say again, we do not leave any money under 752 unless you make direct deposits to a bank. So, since those funds cannot be left there because they will be missing by the end of the day, once you close your day, we are going to move those funds under the AIC 753, cash retained today. So we're going to select that. We're going to identify the owner. In this case, we're starting with Clerk Ruiz. And we're going to say that she is transferring the remaining $2,000. We're going to hit submit. Now you see it. We still need to ensure that Clerk Alvarez does not leave the $1,000 under AIC 752. So we are going to submit an entry. We are going to go under the drop-down menu, find AIC 753. We're going to identify the $1,000, and we are going to click submit. As you can see, now we have accounted for all of the cash. As by reading the report, we can see that $1,199.40 had been transferred to USPS through electronic transfer funds, whether it's through Eagle Cash or other means. And that that $3,000 were retained under AIC code 753. This is just a simple explanation on how to go about the day. As we go day to day, I'll get more in detail showing you how to do transactions with credit cards and making adjustments as necessary. To recap, today we went over adding the postage meter, inputting the amount that provides the beginning reading of the postage meter, submitting the individual data or the ending reading numbers that will show the balance or the postage sales conducted. We went ahead and to show it to you under the consolidated detail, we identified the electronic transfer for the clerks, and we also removed any funds left from AIC 752, which is cash remitted final, which means that bank deposit was made, and we move it to the cash retained today. If there aren't any other transactions, Cope, you can close your day.